Started out as a multi-part video, ended up being a straight flap. Good Thursday afternoon to you all, YouTube. It is 12:28 now in the afternoon on this beautiful Thursday. I mean, it started out a little cold. I think it was down in the 20s here. Spring, well, you know, this is what we have to deal with. Okay. First things first, I got this in the mail. Some of you guys may recall that I ordered this. I bought this to work on the Android head unit adapter to fit into my Toyota. It did not make it. But it got here. It had an interesting journey. It started out in Illinois, went to Memphis, then went to Mississippi, and the next day it went here. So I don't know what the deal was. I don't even pretend to understand anything about any of these shipping partners, the USPS, or anything like that. I used to think I knew something about that, but nah, I don't. I don't know nothing. I don't really care. Another thing I want to get out of the way real quick. I want to apologize again to Bill, old 64 Goat. I had I said something about putting, you know, in Dreamland. I was watching videos yesterday. I watch videos a lot because there's not really a lot else to do. Sometimes I work on my radio out in the car or something like that. There's, you know, for a break, or this battery charger is sitting here. I still have not gotten the SCR out of that. I do plan to take that out and test it. I really truly think that is the problem with this battery tester, or battery charger I should say. It just, you know, when you flip that switch and bypass that SCR and then the meter starts fluctuating, it kind of lets you know that, you know, the other way is not working. So, or that's what my feelings on it anyway, you know. Anyway, back to my apology for Bill. I was watching videos yesterday, and I was watching his video on the modifications he was making to his back for the Philips radio, and I was watching it. And like I said, I had watched videos all day long, and I had the there's a little button down there you guys probably that watch a lot of videos know about, but it basically just automatically goes to the next video on your recommended videos list. And I had that set from watching videos earlier. I don't normally leave that set. I normally have it off. Main reason I do that, have it off, is because when the video goes off, if I fall asleep, it wakes me up because there's no more noise. And the noise, you know, the lack of noise usually wakes me up. So, like I said, I had that on, and as luck would have it, nothing against Bill, but I did fall asleep during that video. And when I woke up, videos was still going, but he was talking about a tube tester. And I thought, well, I don't know how we got here from the cabinet back, but, you know, what he's saying didn't make sense to me. I'm thinking, well, that's not right. And I was watching it and trying to give him comments on you know, what I thought was the problem was, things like that. So, you know, I left a comment on, basically, I think it was a 2-year-old video. Maybe even longer than that, I don't know. But it was a mistake on my part. I apologize to Bill via email, and I also removed the comment. I don't know. That's just, like I said, I woke up in Dreamland, and that's what happens. But you know, no harm done, I don't think. Bill was pretty gracious in his remarks today on his flapping video. So, you know, I deserve everything I said, or he said, I guess. Anyway, that led, this is how far this went. Now, I did not realize my mistake until, I don't know, it was about 11 o'clock. I got up a little bit earlier than I normally do. Bob chastised me yesterday for staying up too late, and I had been staying up kind of late. I've been staying up to about 1 o'clock. So 11:30 last night, I thought, well, I'm going to go to sleep. And, you know, bright and early at 7:30, I was awake. So I don't generally do that, but, you know, okay. So that's when I got up and I got to thinking more about, you know, what I had transpired with the video about the tube tester, and I kept thinking, well, I'm going to do something about that. And so I went through and found all my references before of what I had looked up in the Allied radio catalog, and had it all detailed and referenced and everything. And I don't know what it was. I had emailed Ron C. and told him, you know, I was upset about the video and things like that, and he had emailed me back and said, well, I don't know what you're talking about, but so that should have been my first clue, but even that didn't spark my, you know, my mind to work. I just kept on going. I thought, well, you know, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that and do that. So anyway, long story short, which is way too late, I was talking to Bob. Bob was the same way. He's like, what are you talking about? So I got to thinking about it. Then I thought, you know, if I fell asleep and that auto was on, I was probably watching a different video. And sure enough, I went back and started checking, and yes, I had watched a old video of Bill's, and it got me upset. So, you know, I thought, well, I've done all this work on this tube tester. I might as well go ahead and make a video on it. And you will see that video, either part of this one or another video coming up. I don't know which yet I'm going to do, but I did want to go over a few other things before I get back to that. Like I said, the battery charger is still here on the bench. I have to remove the SCR from the board and test it, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to find a bad SCR, and I do have sources for a new one. Some of them from China. There are a couple of them from the US, but I think they're just Chinese resellers, you know. So like I said, I would like to fix this thing, and I'd like to get it working. You know, I had mentioned something about that switch, using that, and everybody has cautioned me against that, but really, that really doesn't do a lot other than, you know, it takes away some of the automatic functions maybe from the battery charger, but at least it would charge then. And I may bring my Buick battery in here and play around with it after I get this SCR tested. If it did happen to test good, I would go ahead and hook it up to that, and we'd see what it does. But like I said, I may wait until, if it is bad, I may wait until I get the replacement in, and then bring the battery in and go from there. But so we'll see about that. But anyway, that's that. I'll get on to something else. By the way, anybody that notices me coughing a lot, I found out something the other day. I got an text from my pharmacy, CVS, that noted there was a problem with a new prescription that the doctor had given me. There is a side effect, I guess, is one of the side effects of it, is a dry cough. That is what I have. So apparently that's where that comes from. And so I'm not going to worry about that too much, but like I say, it's kind of annoying. But so, you know, is what it is. So if you do notice me coughing more than usual, that's what that is lisinopril, I think, is what it was, the one I was taking, and he upped the dosage, and when they did that, they sent me that text about it, because I guess it's been found to cause that dry cough. So anyway, that's that on that. The other thing, on the Android head unit, here's where I'm at. You guys haven't been updated. I purposely tried to stay away from that because I got on it too much and I didn't want to drive everybody crazy with it. The last thing I did, you may recall, I may have mentioned this, Bob thought there was a problem with the 128 gigabyte card that I had bought, and he thought there was some miscommunications, there was misunderstandings, whatever. I'm not blaming anybody, but basically I ordered the same exact card a second time, paid more for it. And I now have two of the same cards that don't work. In the meantime, I had been playing around with my music collection. You know, you may have recalled that I said I had 102 gigabytes of music. I got that down to 68 gigabytes of what I call music that I like to listen to. In other words, there's a lot of that 102 gigabytes. Obviously, there's about 40 gigabytes, close to it, of music that I had downloaded on this forum I was on and things like that I won't ever listen to. One of them was, I'll just give you an example. One of them was the sounds of Springfield from the Simpsons. I'll never ever listen to that. And there's just a lot of stuff like that on there, and there's a lot of show tunes. I'm not a big fan of show tunes. I never have been. Now I like a lot of different music. I don't really care for rap that much, but there are some rap artists that I do care like about a little bit. I don't go in for the cop killing, things like that. You know what I mean? I don't like that stuff, but there are some that's fairly decent. And I don't mind listening to them. But, as far as the regular music, I don't listen to a lot of country. I do have a lot of country music on there. So, I probably will sort that out. And it's more or less what Bill says. I don't really care for the modern country. If I do listen to country, it's all the old stuff, Hank Williams and, Patsy Cline, stuff like that. That's good stuff there. But George Jones, Conway Twitty, Loretta Lynn, those guys, those are country people. But this stuff they have today is pop, and it's not very good pop. So anyway, I like that. And then there's some blues stuff I like. I don't like a lot of deep blues. I like a light type of blues, as far as, something with a good beat and a little upbeat in the tone of it, things like that, Muddy Waters, things like that. That doesn't really appeal to me that much. But there are a lot of older 40s music, maybe. There's some of that I like. Frank Sinatra, I like Frank Sinatra. Don't care for Bing Crosby all that much, but like I say, Frank Sinatra's pretty good. Anyway, there's just a lot of different music I like, and I like my music when I'm riding somewhere to be a variety like that. So I always put the shuffle on, and whatever comes up, and that's just the way I listen to my music. Always have. It's kind of like listening to the radio in the old days. I mean, you got a good variety, not some of the stuff they have today, where they play the same music over and over and over and over and over and over and over. So it's not like that. But so anyway, I've got it down to 60 something gigabytes. And I think if I had to, I could easily get it to fit on a 64 gigabyte card. Now, having said that, the only thing I can find in a 64 gigabyte micro SD card is they're the UHS 1. The same problem I have with the 128 gigabyte card, on the reason I don't think it works with that head unit. I think it's that UHS 1 or 3 or whatever it is speed that they encode the SD card with. Now, according to what I've read, it's supposed to be backwards compatible, but I don't think it is. I'm thinking that that is the reason why that Android head unit does not read those cards. To that end, I have I found another 128 gigabyte card that does not look anything like either of the ones that I have seen. This is a SanDisk, but it is a plain SanDisk with no fancy graphics on it, things like that. It just, there's no UHS or U1s or U3s on it anywhere. It just simply says, I think, SDXC. And that is supposed to be the one without the UHS. Now, I don't know if it is or not. I've got it coming. It will be here supposedly by Saturday. That we'll see. Now, also in my haste to get a 64-bit or 64 gigabyte card without UHS 1, I thought I found one. Turns out it is a full-size SD card. It is not a micro card. So I can use it in one of those readers. I can put one of the readers in there in the USB, and it works fine. Same with the, that's the same with the 128 cards. They work fine in the USB reader on that head unit. So, technically I can do it. It can be done. I wanted it in the micro SD card, so I would have that slot open because sometimes I like to charge my phone. And I have separate chargers that fit in the power port, but I'm trying to avoid all that extra stuff that I can, and see about that. Now I also have been toying with the idea of modifying my I won't say my console, I'll say my the little Prindle display, on your shifter. There's plenty of room there to add a USB charger, and drill it out and mount it into that area there below the L of the Prindle, and there would be plenty of room there. I've already had that apart and took it and looked at it really good. So if I could mount a charger in there, just a USB charger, I'm not talking about a power port, just a USB charger, or even a double charger, that would work out rather nicely, I think, because that way I would have a power port for my phone. So that's one thing I'm considering. I don't really want to cut up my car, but that's something I think that probably would be an added benefit to anybody that had the car, having that charging port right there, convenient. There's a place right there, a little slot in the console that you put your phone in, and I don't know what else it would be for because it's square and my phone fits perfectly in there, so I don't know what else that would be for. So excuse me, that is a good idea, I think. The navigation, I've been around and 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 around. I know I'm saying this a lot and I don't really mean to, but I am trying to get this IGO software to work. I've been trying to go through this with Bob, trying to figure out how to transfer it over. I had it on my phone. It worked fine on my phone, and the only problem was the maps were only a 7-day trial on the maps. Now the program itself was free, same way as the one on the head unit. So I thought, my big thought was, well, okay, the maps are on the head unit already, because that works. It just doesn't have the voice. So what about me installing the IGO, the later version on that, and then using those maps? Will that work? Who knows? I don't. I may do that just to see, but that would solve my problems. But in the meantime, while searching for other solutions, I came upon map navigation, I think it's called, GPS something. I'll flash up a picture of it on the screen, and I put this on my phone, and this works fantastic. It's free, completely free. The maps are free. You just got to download them. I think it will work with other... I think all these maps are the same. I don't think there's any difference in the ones that IGO uses and this one uses. Google supplies maps for offline browsing or offline GPS systems. I don't know. So, trying to find out more about that. But for right now, like I said, I'll see if I can bring this up on my phone and show you. It's just a simple. It's no more complicated than the any of the other. It's called Virtual Maze, and then you go into Virtual Maze again. But it goes into the what he calls. What I like about it. Now there's my location, obviously. I say obviously, it's obvious to me. But what I like about this is you can press this button up here, and it says My Saves. Now, if I go there, it does have ads. There's some of the ones I've saved. Now, obviously, so those are all the ones I have saved, and I can then hit the navigate button on any of those addresses, and it will take me to that address. So that in itself to me is a lot easier than any of the ones I've used, because it's right there and I don't have to plan a route. It does it automatically when I hit navigate, and I really kind of like that. So, you know, and I have my home address, so anytime I go somewhere, if I need to get home, I hit that navigate and it'll take me home. That's the way they should be laid out, all of them, I think. I don't know. You guys, that just seemed kind of perfect for me anyway, I think. So if I can't get the IGO going, which I may not even try, because I may go ahead and go with this because I kind of like this. It's just so easy to add. Basically, you put in an address just like you would in Google, and it brings it up, and you basically hit the screen there on the flag. It's got a little flag there where it shows you where it's at, and it brings up the address, and then there's a thing to click. If you click that, one of the options is a disk. You can see a disk there. You hit the disk and it says save. So you type in whatever name you want to save it as, save it, and then it's in your collection. So you're good to go. And I think that's the way to do it. If I could just find a way to transfer my settings from the phone, but I can't. But I really don't have that many in there right now, so that's one of the reasons I just wanted to try it out on the phone and see how it worked. The phone makes an excellent test bed for things like that because it has GPS, and it also is online, so you can go either way. But so like I said, that works, and I know Google Maps works. I've already used that, and as long as I've got my phone with me, that works fine. So again, like I said, having that charging port would be helpful, but I can arrange that with it. I've got the little adapter that plugs into the power port that has two USB chargers on it, and it also has two more power ports. So I could actually get just a USB charger for that power port, and that would eliminate that problem. And just leave that plugged in because, you know, it's about all I use it for anyway. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. I'm just thinking out loud on some of this stuff, and you know, that's just the way I am. So I think that's bringing us up to date pretty good on the Android head unit. I love I love it. It's great. I like it. I would buy it again. Even knowing all the problems I've had with it, I would buy it again, because to me that's just a learning curve on things, getting it to work with it, and you can get it to work. It's just a matter of learning how to do it. something I've never done before, and you know, obviously, you know, we're never too old to learn, Bill. You know, I'm just kidding you, Bill. But like I said, you are who you are. I am who I am. I'll leave it at that. But now on this, back to this night tube tester stuff, I really think this is helpful on getting this information out, because there's a lot of confusion about these tube testers, and we're going to call them night tube testers. We're not going to call them night 600. We're not going to call them night any other thing. They are night tube testers. They came as a kit. You put them together, you tested tubes. That's what they are. There is another night tube tester out there. It's called a 400. It's basically the smaller edition of the one I'm talking about, but there is another one, not to be confused with that. We were not talking about that. So anyway, that's gonna do me, I think. I never know these days. I really don't. But I told Bill, you know, I said, you know me, I like any excuse I can have to make a video. I'm gonna do it. I like making videos. I can't help it. If you guys, any guys that watch Aging Wheels, he has been doing some daily videos. I really have enjoyed watching his daily videos. He's a clever guy. He's a good editor, video editor, and he's, you know, intelligent enough to where you don't mind watching the stuff he does. And like I said, anybody that wants to watch, you know, I highly recommend his channel. He's got actually two channels. He's got one called Underdone, which is primarily woodworking and building things and things like that. So, but he's a fun guy. He's got some really good video effects on his channel, and I really kind of enjoyed watching those and learning how to do those things like that. Oh, that's another thing. Bob, y'all know Bob. He had told me this morning that he's playing around with another video editor, and he may put out a video. So we'll have to look forward to that. Always look forward to Bob's videos, no matter what they are, because Bob's another one of them intelligent people that you like to see videos from. And like I say, whatever he puts out will be worth watching, I guarantee you. So, like I said, maybe got that to look forward to, and we'll hope for that. He probably never will be on my level as far as the number of videos he puts out, but his will be quality stuff. I mean, mine are, I try to put out a variety, and that's one of the reasons I started on this battery charger. I was getting a little stale with the head unit, and I thought, man, I gotta have something else. And you know, this Wally, Wally's Place 66, had done a battery recondition, and he was talking about the battery charger he was using, and that got me thinking about mine. I'm thinking, man, I really need to do a video on it, because I'd like to get it working. And like I said, it's really, as advertised, it's a good little battery charger, 10 amp fast charge, 2 amp float charge, and a 55 amp start boost for your car, and that actually does work. I've tried it. But like I said, I just thought, you know, that'd be a good thing to have. This SCR thing, I think if I can get it fixed, I think, well, it'll be back to work, and I would hope. You know, I just wonder, because I don't really ever recall seeing that meter work. I'm just wondering if this SCR came from the factory bad. I mean, if it is bad, which I think it is. I keep saying that, but I haven't proved it yet. I will. So, anyway, well, there I go blathering again. I just keep going. Like the Energizer Bunny. I think that's it. I think that's all I had to say. Probably not, but you know. Now this other video, like I'm doing, I don't know when it will be up. I was going to do it on part of this, but now I know I've talked way too long to do that. This will just be a pure flapping video. So that's all I got to talk about on that, I guess. So it looks like we're coming up on noon. No, we're not coming up on noon. We're coming up on 1 o'clock. I have got to get that stupid clock fixed. I've got it sitting up there, and I can't get to it. The only way I can get to it is from that side of the back side of that cabinet. And even if I get to it there, I don't know which button to press without actually pulling the clock out and looking at it. So I need to get it set for daylight savings time, and then I can leave it on there, because I don't really care about when it goes. It's too fast. I can usually adjust that in my mind quicker than I can updating it up going with it. I don't know what I'm saying, but my phone just made a noise and I wanted to see what it was. So it says Bob's on Duo. Hello? Hello, hello, hello. I'll have to figure out what he's doing. He's done something. But it popped up that want me to type in a verification code. I don't have a verification code. Okay, it's numbered. Now it's verified. Hello? That's you, Bob? Hey, Bob, what's happening? Swipe down, record a message. Hello? Am I recording? What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing, Bob. I think I'm recording a message, but I really don't know. I'll make it right in the middle of a video, so you're going to be part of that video that I'm making. So there you go. I guess I hit the little dot, and it'll send it to you. I don't know. I think I'm recording a message, but I really don't know. Yeah, that's what it says. I'll make it right in the middle. All right. Let's see what I think he sent me a. Oh, here's my verification number now that I've gotten through all that. I might ask Bob what he's doing. Alright, anyway, I think that's enough of that stuff. One more thing. I've been doing a lot of, I don't know what the word is, but a lot of experimenting with different eating options of an evening. My daughter and son-in-law got me started on this when they brought me that Brook Burger. Man, that's pretty good. I need to try some more of this stuff. So you knew about the place in Caruthersville. I go down and get that. Well, they were down there the other day, and they said, "You want us to bring you back some?" So yeah, okay. So they brought me back chicken tenders, mashed potatoes, and green beans, which was excellent. Kylie was here, and I told you about that. Her going down to the local restaurant here and getting meatloaf. And so last night I was kind of wanting something a little different than what I had here on hand, and I looked around Seymour for different things that either delivered or I could just pull up to the curb and pick up. I don't want to go in anywhere. You know, I don't like getting up, getting dressed up and stuff like that to go in and get something. Wearing my shorts. I just thought, that'd be the way to do it. So anyway, Cracker Barrel had popped up with a free delivery. And I thought, I haven't had Cracker Barrel in a while. So I got on their little menu thing and ordered a meatloaf dinner. And the only problem was it came with steak fries instead of mashed potatoes. I didn't know why they don't have mashed potatoes, but I guess they just don't do them on delivery or whatever. But anyway, I got that and green beans. And then I got to looking at it. Well, it was a $15 minimum order to get the free delivery, and I thought, okay, well, I'll go ahead and get a drink and get a dessert too. So I did, and ended up coming around close to $20 with tax and tip. It was like $20, over $20. So I went ahead and did it because I thought, well, I haven't done nothing extravagant for a while. So let me tell you, that was some good meatloaf. It was way too much, though. I went overboard with all the other stuff with the dessert. The dessert was one of those Coca-Cola, double fudge Coca-Cola cakes. And I tell you what, that was the richest dessert I have ever eaten in my entire life. Eaten, whatever. It was really good. Really good. And I was miserable. I shouldn't have ate it all, but, you know, sometimes your eyes are bigger than your stomach. But it was good, like I said, and I just, for the heck of it, I did the contactless delivery. Which, you know, I had never done that before because I've always just went to the door and got my food, and that was it. If I did delivery, and I very rarely do delivery because I just generally get in the car and pick it up, you know. Like I said, one of the reasons I like Domino's is because they've got a drive-up window here in town, and I'll get a lot of stuff from Domino's, pizza and things. But the girl that delivered it, she was really, you know, I guess they use DoorDash, and I've never had DoorDash deliver anything before. But she was good. She put the stuff on the step there in front of the door and walked away. And of course, I got up and went to the door, and as you know, she was getting in her car. I said thank you, and she said thank you, and I said okay. So it was nice, but you know, like I said, I just the food was great. It was really good. I ain't kidding you. So that's one of the things I did last night after I'd fell asleep watching Bill's video. I thought, well, I deserve something special. So anyway, I did that. You guys, I know I was going on stupid stuff. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching my stupid videos. And they are stupid. I know they're stupid. You know they're stupid. Everybody knows they're stupid. But I enjoy doing it. What am I going to say? You know, that's it. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.